After watching Weapons, I stumbled into a theory about Gladys that honestly makes me love the movie even more, and the more I think about it, the more the pieces click together, and now I cannot unsee it. But hey, before we tumble down this rabbit hole, quick reminder, smash that subscribe button, hit like, drop a comment, and if you're feeling extra generous, join the channel membership for exclusive content. It keeps me caffeinated enough to make these wild theories. Okay, plug over. Let's get into the fun part. So, here's my hot take. Gladys isn't actually a witch. Yes, she's out there doing witchy-looking rituals, muttering over strange objects, poking around like she's brewing trouble, but she herself, not a witch. The real puppet master of this story isn't Gladys. It's the tree. My theory is that the tree is pulling the strings and Alex is on track to become the next Gladys. Think back, early in the film, there's a shot in Alex's classroom where the camera lingers on the word parasite written on the whiteboard behind him. It's one of those blink and you miss it moments, but once you catch it, you cannot stop thinking about it. Parasite. That's the key word. Then later, we see that commercial with the ants infected by cordyceps fungus. For those who skip science class, cordyceps infects an ant, hijacks its body, forces it to climb above its colony, and then boom, fungus bursts out of its head like nightmare confetti. The spores rain down, infecting the rest of the colony. That commercial wasn't just creepy filler, it was a giant neon sign telling us exactly what's happening here. And then there's Gladys's sister. She admits she barely knew her. That suggests Gladys didn't grow up in the family from the start. It's almost like she just appeared one day, which makes sense if Gladys, like Alex, lost her real parents and was absorbed into another family after being chosen by the tree. See where I'm going with this? Gladys didn't stumble into witchcraft. She was absorbed, infected, consumed. Here's the core of my theory. Gladys has been living through the exact same nightmare Alex is about to inherit. When she pricked herself on the tree, she wasn't blessed, she wasn't cursed, she was colonized. Think about it. She never really seemed sick. She wasn't the origin of the horror, the tree was. Think about it. She never really seemed sick. She wasn't the origin of the horror, the tree was. The tree is that true parasite feeding on human hosts like cordyceps on ants, spreading its influence through ritual, blood, and whispered promises. That witchcraft Gladys performs, it isn't her spellbook, it's the tree's operating system. She's just the vessel. The tree has always been the one pulling the levers, using Gladys to carry out its plan of infecting the town the same way a fungus spreads through an ant colony. Alex pricking himself sets him on that same path. He's not cursed, he's enrolled. And here's where it gets chilling. The tree doesn't just drain people, it rewrites them. It keeps them around long enough to manipulate, to spread its reach, to sink its roots deeper into the community. Gladys wasn't a villain, not really. She was a placeholder, a temporary avatar until the next one came along. That's why her story is so fragmented, why no one really knew her. She was never really fully herself. Alex is next in line. The tree has already marked him, already chosen him. His isolation from his family mirrors Gladys's backstory. Two kids uprooted and transplanted into families that never fully understood them. The parallel isn't an accident, it's a cycle. The tree doesn't stop, it replaces. And here's the kicker, the townsfolk, they're not random collateral damage. They're the colony. Just like cordyceps needs a swarm of ants, the tree needs a community of humans to feed off, control, and spread through. Gladys was just patient zero, and Alex is the next patient. The real horror isn't that one kid might turn into a witch, it's that the entire town is about to become the fungus's playground. So no, Gladys wasn't a witch, she was an infected, a host body in service to the real monster, and now Alex is walking that same path, one cut on his hand away from becoming the tree's newest puppet. Which means the scariest part of Weapons isn't what we've already seen, it's what comes next. Because if cordyceps can turn ants into zombies, imagine what the tree can do with an entire town of humans. Spoiler, nothing good.